The East is about to experience a lot of rain and snow for some over the next 48 hours. And we could possibly see another snow system entering Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and northern Illinois as we approach Saturday. And although we are still over 2 weeks away from Christmas, global models all want to push some cold air out east around that time frame. We'll talk about it. Starting off with this rain and snow on the east, you can see tomorrow we will start having plumes of moisture move up the east coast. And as we move into Wednesday, some of that will turn into some pretty heavy snow for inland New England, western PA, and maybe parts of northeastern Ohio. I would expect Wednesday to give us the most issues through the mid-Atlantic and New England. We could have snow or rain falling depending on where you're located for about 24 hours. I'm talking about from when you wake up and go to work to when you go to sleep. And look at some of these signals for wind in New England and the mid-Atlantic as we move through Wednesday and Thursday. We're seeing gusts possibly approach 70 miles per hour near the coast. So yes, rain, snow, wind, it's not going to be a great day for traveling Wednesday or Thursday. And how much rainfall could we see here? Well, you can see down here in Atlanta, Georgia, you could maybe pick up 3 to 5 inches, somewhere in that range. It's going to be tough. Not everyone's going to get that much rain. It's going to be more localized, but that is going to cause some serious issues. And up through the mid-Atlantic and New England, also you can see this 2, 3, 4 inches widespread. This is going to be a lot of rainfall. And of course, where it's just cold enough in upstate New York, western PA, and inland New England, we are going to see a widespread swath of snow. Now, most areas that aren't at elevation are probably going to see somewhere between 2 to 4 inches of snow. You could see, I would say, in southwestern PA, maybe closer to an inch near Pittsburgh. And up in the Adirondacks, I would not be surprised if you saw over 6 inches, maybe even approaching a foot. We'll have to see. And with these winds and cold air moving through, we will see some lake effect snow start to kick back in. Erie, Pennsylvania, and the Allegheny Plateau up to its northeast will see a lot of snow starting to accumulate on Thursday and then maybe into Friday morning, and we could see widespread 6 inches to a foot of snow in this area, and maybe even more than a foot localized. I do also expect Buffalo to get a little more snow from this lake effect snow than it did from the last round, and that is because I think the winds will take some of this banding a little bit farther off to the north. And all of Michigan looks like it will get a dusting to at least a ½ inch, with western Michigan maybe approaching 6 to 8 inches widespread, and that does include the UP. Also, Appalachia through Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia, and West Virginia could see anywhere between 2 to 6 inches, depending on your elevation. And during this Thursday and Friday, we do expect some snow to start moving back into northern Utah, Nevada. Some heavy snowfall is expected to re-enter the southern Cascades and the Sierra Nevada. We can see as we get into this Thursday, Friday time period, a lot of low elevation rainfall and high elevation snow moving back into the west. Now, the cold air involved with this system is expected to move in and move out quickly, as we do expect some ridging and heat to remain for at least another week, week and a half. But what we can see here this week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, is another shot of very cold air pushing back into the Midwest and out east. You should be used to this by now. And we do expect you to see temperatures 20 to 30 degrees below average up here in these northern and midwestern states, especially on Wednesday and Thursday. Let's talk about this system right here that wants to sweep through the plains and up towards the Midwest. Now, I wouldn't recommend this, but if you were to believe our latest GFS run, this could mean snow technically for Omaha, Nebraska, Des Moines, Iowa, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Chicago, Illinois, and potentially the Twin Cities. And we're not talking anything crazy, but if we do see this play out the way that it looks like it may, we could see 2 to 4 inches across these cities of snowfall, of course. I will say this though, this storm is approaching that 96-hour range where forecasting starts to become a little bit easier. So we will be talking about this in my stream tonight and trying to actually get a good forecast together. Lastly, I want you to notice this blue blob up here over the Arctic. This is what we would consider our polar vortex. Now watch what happens as we move forward in time and approach Christmas, and multiple globals see something like this happening. You can see as we push forward, there's going to be a lot of red or a lot of ridging and high pressures that want to push that blue blob to the south. Now what that blue area is associated with is very, very cold Arctic air. And if this warm air were to replace it up here near the Arctic, that cold air could enter the lower 48, and right now global models want that air to enter somewhere across the east. Now remember, there is still plenty of time for this to change, but that is the agreed upon outlook currently. And if this were to happen, it would technically increase our chances of seeing a white Christmas across the east. Alrighty guys, I appreciate you watching this video. If you like this type of content, feel free to throw me a follow. I do post stuff like this every single day, and I live stream every single night. I will be live streaming tonight at around 9 p.m. so you can join in, ask some questions, we'll do some forecasting, and I'll see you in the next video.